of our government just gave a warning to us. The global energy system is beginning to crack under the weight of an prolonged conflict, supply disruption, and a rapidly vanishing level of reserves. This is raising fears that the world is headed right toward a major shock. They say the consequences will reach us far beyond the gas station. What used to be considered emergency backup in our oil reserves is now being drained at an alarming pace, only to keep the system running. The International Energy Agency says that countries, including the United States of America, are burning through strategic petroleum reserves. These are meant to be that if there is lockdowns, if they shut the borders down, if something happens and they can't move anything across the oceans, the countries will be able to operate until they find a new way of operation. They're warning that these strategic reserves are being drained at a record pace. They say that the massive disruptions haven't even been seen yet. Global inventories have dropped over 200 barrels in April, 200 million barrels, after a staggering 130 million barrel collapse in March. This was following the Israeli attacks. At the center of this crisis, we see, of course, the world's most critical choke point. The country in contest has effectively shut down large portions of Gulf exports and are...
Alright, Shalom, giving all praise unto Abashima Shabashim Hakorash. The bonus unto the apostles of great millstone, and honest your brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity for the four corners of the earth. And above everybody, I come out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh. Bashim Shabashim Hakorash. Giving all praise unto Abashima Shabashim Hakorash. It's going to be a relatively quick video based upon the clip that you've just seen. And I'm going to call this video Suddenly Shall the Sown Places Appear Unsown. And you already know the scripture that I'm quoting. And for all intents and purposes, man, yeah, man, we're at that stage right now where things are moving very fast. Okay, the situation is escalating on a day-to-day basis, and you don't know what the next article that you're gonna get sent from above is gonna be. Okay, you don't know what that's gonna be. You don't know what's gonna be said within that particular article. Okay, but it's exciting times at the same time, because we see that the Most High's prophecies are coming to pass, namely the end of this empire, the end of this garbage way of living, and the setting up of the kingdom of Yahweh, that is to say the kingdom, right, of the children of Israel, okay, with Yahweh Shai at the head of them. And that's beautiful. So let's speak about what we've just seen. Okay, we already know the trigger points, we already know what Esau's are moving towards, but we just gonna prophesy. Okay, we're gonna speak about it, right? The time of, the time of having is done. Okay, the time of, an easy so-called life, that easy soft life, that time and that age is over. Okay, that's a thing of the past. We're living now in a time of budgeting. We're living right now in a time of famine, whether it be financially induced or otherwise. We're living right now in a time of choosing between, heating your house, that's going to be a question that's going to be asked pretty much by those that are on the poverty line in a couple of months' time. Right now it's summer and all of that, and people ain't feeling the pinch, so to speak. But we're gonna go into a situation, if we're here in winter, we're gonna get into a situation where people are gonna have to choose between heating their homes or the food that they put on their table. Now that's a crazy situation to find yourself in, man. That's a hella situation to find yourself in. Okay, all right, you gotta choose between warmth and food. That's mad. What's that gonna do? That's gonna push inflation up. People are gonna be putting their prices up because they're thinking, right, if I got a store, I gotta make sure the store's warm, I gotta refrigerate. That's another aspect of it. See, heating's one aspect of it, but remember, there's also the cold. The cold is just as important as the warm. When you see these trucks going to and fro, they don't have these trucks and put the food in the back of the truck and the food is out there in a warm truck. It's a refrigerated truck, so that costs. When you see these stores out here, the food ain't just fresh because it's just got there, it's been frozen up. And that all consumes energy, if not the same amount of energy, maybe even more energy. So food prices are going to be going crazy. Inflation is going to be going crazy. And what do you think is going to happen, man? They're going to start putting those base rates up. They're going to start pushing those base rates up. Mortgages are going to go up. Dudes are going to be losing homes. Okay? Dudes are gonna be losing homes, losing jobs. Ain't gonna be no jobs. Ain't gonna be no jobs, man. What job are you gonna go to? They can't afford to keep you warm. They can't afford to pay you. Okay? And this is like, boom, next week they could set the situation up. Okay, next week this situation can happen. But more often than that, we know that, you know, the economy is on life support right now. Okay, you know, trade ain't moving like how trade used to move. Okay, life ain't like how it was 6 months ago. Better yet, 5 years ago, before the C-19 thing. See, the economy was already on life support, and they kind of just, you know, manipulating the markets to have it to where it's gonna continue. But really, when you think about the cycles of economy, they get faster and faster and faster towards the crashes. Okay, the time between the crashes gets faster and faster, and that's where really see, you know, guys that predicted the next economic crash from 2008, they predicted it was happening in 2016 or something like that. But what Esau does, what these elites do, is that they manipulate the markets. So they're manipulating it in such a way where it's gonna bring and yield forth an even greater crash. Okay, so there ain't gonna be no escape. That's what you're gonna see. It's not gonna be a situation that you're gonna be able to escape. That's what you're gonna see out here. Everybody's gonna be caught out, and that's why the scripture talks about it's gonna be a time where they're gonna cause everybody, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a charagma. Everybody is gonna be in that position where you gotta receive the mark in order for you to do commerce, because the whole infrastructure, the whole system is gonna collapse, man. And we're at that point right now, right? So I just wanted to do that quick video with the I'm gonna say praise unto Yabasi Mashai about Shimukwa Akodash. That one unto the apostles, a great millstone, and honest brothers, they pushing this truth in sincerity, man. If you're a brother in this truth, man, it's time to make sure you're on point. Shalom.